35 is when middle age begins.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
That's a little young.
Yeah, it's the start of the middle of your life.
Fair point.
But if you're like 35, I wouldn't call you young.
Fair.
Yep. So that happened on like I think that was December, or I think that happened like on Christmas Day.
Yeah, it was pretty late into the war.
Yeah, it was basically right after the Battle of Solomon. Which you all missed. Very, very important. You all missed that battle.
So is this session going to be a Baoa Qu, or are we starting at 0083? Or 7?
Excellent. Good question.
Not gonna lie,
I need to
I'm
pull
kinda up for
something
some
up.
Titans.
We're not there quite yet. Let me pull something up. Here we go. Okay then. The date is December 31st. 0079.
Oh boy.
Also, Tyra, are you recording?
I am.
Here's the combat sheet. That open because that's where we keep track of narrative points. Would anyone like to roll for narrative points using a d6?
Sure, I'll do it. Got my physical die. I rolled a 3.
No change needed then. Okay then. So it is 0079, December 31st. It is currently 5 p.m.
Oh god,
You are inside the hangar of the Rio Grande.
We got 7 hours.
Rio De Janeiro. You're all in front of a table.
Okay.
In the middle, there are chips and a deck of cards. I would like everyone to roll me a 2d6. Do not share the results with anyone.
Will you like DM it to you?
No, you don't share it with me because I have to play the NPCs doing this.
Okay.
Higher number is better.
Okay.
Does everyone have a number?
Yep.
My numbers.
Okay then. Just rolling PCs. So, you're playing cards. Rally a shuffles you starts to begin to shuffle the deck. You've been doing this for the last 3 hours. Because even despite the battle going outside, you're not part of the first, third, or second, third, or even fourth wave. You're part of the reserve. And you haven't been committed yet. So you've been sitting here trying to waste time. How is everyone handling the anticipation?
Faust, like usual, is indifferent. He can tell this is the end of the war, but, well, it is what it is.
The Matro is like very eager to actually be deployed and has probably gone through like 2.5 packs of cigarettes, just burning them through, trying to calm his nerves while stuck sitting on his hands.
Yes, because as we all know, soldiers love smoking.
Oh, yes.
Halava is visibly nervous. I imagine, because this is a Gundam ship, there's a seat and he's like clinging onto it. He has the seatbelt on if there is one.
Yeah, they have seatbelts.
Yeah, he's just hanging on to onto the ship as like I'm not
Yeah.
actually sure what the equivalent of like a storm, like a ship like wrestling in space would
Turbulence.
be.
Turbulence, I think that's the word.
Yeah.
Rally has dealt everyone your hands. Rally looks okay. Max, however, looks like he's raring for a fight. He's visibly shaking in his chair. The pot is currently $10. The ante was $2 from each of you.
All right.
Rally starts arts will go in the order of the Discord, then Max. Rally raises is $4. He tosses 4 in. Oliva, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
So this is just basic 5-hand, yeah.
Yeah, basic 5-hand with a 3-draw limit.
Gotcha.
2 rounds.
He'll place a bet.
Okay, so you throw $4 in. Are you trying to deceive if the people around you or bluff in some way?
Yeah, I would say that he's trying to keep a straight face, as relatively straight as it is, as he's trying not to fly off of his seat.
So you're trying to not give away your hand. So I'd like you to roll me deception and poise.
All right, that is 1 success.
If anyone would like to attempt to see through the lie, they may do so now using empathy and keen.
Empathy and you know what? Let's try. Failure.
It's always failure.
Yeah, I
Don't
gotta.
Failure here.
Yeah, don't forget when you fail an order test, not an order test, wrong. That's bolt action. Make sure to mark
I
it on your
pinned.
character sheet. Yeah, make sure to mark it on your character sheet, the check mark next to it, because at the end of the episode, you get to attempt to improve a skill you failed during the episode.
Where's the thing for the failure check mark?
Oh, it's right next to the skill. It's
Oh.
the little box.
Oh, how does that work? Are you because I didn't roll? I marked them at the end of the last. Is it you roll if you fail again, or if you succeed, it goes up?
Yeah. If you failed the order check, it goes up.
Okay, so I marked deception. I mean, empathy and what was the other roll? Investigate.
It was empathy and keen.
So I marked
You
both.
cannot improve attributes.
Right. Okay, so I'll just.
Yes. Good we're establishing this now instead of in combat.
Okay.
So neither of you can see if you can dine Halava's hand. Matro, it's your turn. The bet is currently $4.
Wasn't it $10 before?
No,
10 in the pot.
no, that's the
Oh,
pot.
that's the pot. Right.
The pot is currently 14. Actually, no, 18.
Okay. So I'll
And this
throw
is
in.
this is this is 70s money, so that's like $50.
Ah, it's pretty decent. Yeah, I'll throw it now. So can we draw now, or is that a different thing? I'm terrible at card games.
Yeah, so the way 5-hand draw works is you go through a round, and then you get to draw cards.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then you do another round.
All right.
And
Yeah,
then everyone shows their hand.
Oh. Okay.
So what did you do, Matro?
I'll bet I'll throw my what is it, the $2 or $4, whatever it is, to keep in.
Are you trying to bluff that you have a better or worse hand, or are you trying to not convey any emotion?
I'm going to try not to convey anything. I think
You may
Matt's probably
use
playing cards
poise.
pretty distractedly, anyways.
Oh, pretty distractedly.
Like he's
Remember,
not
failing
really
these
paying
order
attention
tests
to the card.
is okay. Then I would like you to make me a poise and deception or poise and performance at a -2.
Go with the deception.
Remember,
And whoops, knocks something over.
remember, failing a test like this is a good thing because then you can start improving that skill.
Mm-hmm. With the
Performance
minus,
is actually yeah, with a -2.
with the -2, I just barely fail on the deception attempt.
I don't think you want to use a narrative point for that,
Not especially, no.
especially when you're going to get shot at later
Yeah.
today.
So that's okay. I guess people catch on that I am
So,
actually caring.
yeah. So you seem absent-minded. Your hand, is it good or bad?
Low to middling.
Okay, then. So you have a whatever hand.
Yeah.
You don't seem particularly worried about it. Faust, you're up.
Okay. All right. So, what are my actions? I'm not. I also am not good at card games.
So
can.
you can do 3 things. You can bet, which is match what the previous person put into the pot, which is currently $4.
Mhm.
You can raise, which is increase the stakes, or you can fold. Remember, and when you after you're done, everyone is allowed to draw cards. And I have posted what you can do for drawing cards in VC text. If you have a good hand, you don't have to draw a card.
All right. So for the 2d6 we rolled at the start, that was to draw 2 cards.
So you bet, just match.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Yep. So the pot is currently up to 2, 3, like $22. Mags folds.
That's enough to buy a mobile suit back in UCW.
He rubs his chin as Lady Luck's not on my side today. Now it is at the next start of next round. If you want to draw a card, observe the chart and modify your hand appropriately.
So where do I put my hand? Like as it is right
Huh?
now. Let me open like a notes document.
Oh, you can just like put it in VC text because we all have to reveal it anyways. Just like don't press enter.
Okay, so what I do.
Oh, for drawing, it's a simple D6.
All right, I'm gonna draw.
How many
First,
cards?
just mm, I'll draw 2 cards.
Rally is electing to draw none.
All
He's
right.
currently smiling.
Cool. All right. I did my draw. Feeling pretty confident right now.
Everyone else not
Uh,
just electing to not draw cards.
No, I draw, and yeah, draw. I drew
How many?
3. I drew 3.
A Halava?
However, draws 1.
Have you all modified your hand appropriately?
Yeah.
Yep.
Excellent.
I'm just
Rally
putting,
raises again.
Okay.
He raises it to $6. Halava. You all notice he's smiling.
Halava is looking at his hand. He actually's only played poker a handful of times before, and so he has like a little chart for all the hands next to him.
Observing.
He folds.
Matro.
I'll raise, and then I'd like to look at Rally and try and see, is he putting up a front of being so confident, or is this he actually have a great hand?
Empathy and keen.
Okay. Whoop. No idea. Rolled quite bad there.
How bad?
I got an 8, and I needed my empathy is 3, my keen is 3, so I failed by 2.
That is not great.
Now,
You have no idea, but he certainly looks confident.
Okay.
Lost.
I'll bet, and I'll also try to see if he's bluffing.
Same roll.
Keen and empathy. Probably won't, because her empathy is non-existent.
People
Highlighted.
are hard.
Oh, actually, I got 1 success.
The confidence looks genuine.
I see. Well, I'm feeling pretty confident about my hands as well if I have the rules of the game right. So, yeah, I think I'll just bet.
So you've raised it to, let's say, $8. The
Okay.
pot is currently like 40 something. You all reveal your hands.
wolf.
Lost.
Okay, so the 2d6 that determined like our number.
Your initial hand.
Okay, so I had a 10, then I drew 2 ones, and then I drew a 2. So that would be like 14.
Oh, great. So, Rally has as 4 of a kind. You, on the other hand, have a royal flush, which just to let you know is the best hand in the game.
Yeah, no, Faust is going to look at Rally, her blue eyes piercing through his very soul, and she just lays out the royal flush.
Damn it, he says.
All right. Oh, I did it. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, Faust is just trying to quietly take the money. before turning to look outside a window. Maybe, I don't know. Is
We
there a
don't have
window in
windows
this
in
room?
here.
Ah,
No,
damn.
there's
Yeah,
no
no. She's just gonna.
windows are super dangerous
Yeah,
in
because
space.
it's gonna blow up and then we're all gonna get sucked out while Freebird plays. Anyway, yeah, Faust just takes the money and, sits back in her seat quietly. She isn't bragging. She doesn't look like she's particularly stoked about this. This is just. You actually, you know what? She says one thing. Faust expected this.
You suddenly hear the klaxon go off.
Oh, thank God.
Max exclaims, "Finally!" You start to grab your normal suit helmets and put them on.
Did we establish what colors our normal suits are?
It doesn't really matter. It's either going to be white or orange.
White, orange. I know there's that black, brownish color that they use in Missing Link. There's blue.
Yeah, but blue doesn't show up very often, so I tend to ignore it.
Well, yeah, I guess Faust would be wearing the white and red one. Anyway, yeah, she gets ready.
Yeah, to denote your main character status as resident Gundam pilot.
Yeah, I guess. Sure. Also, did winning the bet increase my mind? Can I increase my mind health?
Yeah, actually, since you're all playing a game to distract yourselves, regain 1 mind health, not D2 because you're kind of nervous right now.
Can I get 2 because I won?
Sure, fuck it, why not?
Yeah, winner's reward, and I've got like $60 in 70s money.
Yeah, good day.
All right.
While we are, yeah, if you could, everyone just roll for initiative. Do not tell me the results, but put it into your initiative block,
My initiative. Okay.
just so we can get that out of the way while I'm doing other things. So,
Initiative. 14. Roll.
you all climb into your mobile suits. The comms officer is explaining to you that they have breached into a Baoa Qu, and the reservists finally being committed. Your job is to go into the fortress itself
Ooh.
and storm it.
Oh man, I sure hope a teenager isn't gonna blow it up. Question: we roll a 3d6 or a 2d6? Because for the
3d6.
initiative. Okay, cool. Because I know one of the stats that determine initiative is a new typer.
All right, don't forget you have to denote whether or not it's a success or a failure.
I can see their initiative results. Don't look.
Been a while since.
Not the best initiative roll, but oh well. Oh, whoops. I put the wrong. Right. 3.
Sorry, it's been a hot minute, and I'm trying to remember what I have to do here. Sorry.
Yep, so on your cheat sheet, you will see a number. It's initiative or MS initiative. That is a 3d6. Roll. You can use the handy dandy a success calculator, which is right below the skills. You type in results, what you rolled, and threshold, what you needed. And it will tell you if you succeed or fail. Excellent.
Yeah.
I love that thing. Best idea I ever had. So, Rally is explaining to you that it will take 45 minutes for the Rio de Janeiro to reach the staging ground. Until then, they're on standby.
Okay.
For like combat at any moment. So you can't leave your mobile suit.
But we're still
So
stuck
you're all
in the
safe.
hangar.
Yes, you could be thrown out at basically any minute because you're
Gotcha.
entering the combat zone.
Okay.
A big hand grabs our mobile suits and physically throws us out the hangar when combat shows up.
Well, actually, mine, I get loaded into a pitching machine, like a giant baseball, and just fired.
This is a new experimental MS launching device we've developed.
It's a new kind of catapult.
It'll send you flying.
Yep.
Oh,
So 10 minutes pass, 15 minutes pass, 20 minutes pass, 30 minutes pass, 40 minutes pass. How's everyone feeling now that you know you're moving towards your objective?
Faust. So the space fortress of Baoa Qu is known. Well, it's a fortress, right? It's like the main base of Zeon right now. Faust, a part of her is curious as to what they may find in there, technology and like research wise, because she's an egghead. So she's currently writing down some things on her little notebook, random science stuff that probably nobody but her on the ship and maybe like an engineer or three would be able to figure out.
Yeah, they're not a mechanic. They have no idea what you're talking about.
Would it be possible while linked into the, like, since we're in the hangar, to link into like any of the ship systems to try and like listen on like communications or like the ship's cameras to try and see like just kind of get in the shape of what the hell we're heading into, like how the battle's going, what we're expecting to be launched into, and have like as up to date information as possible, basically.
Yep. So you ping the communications officer. You have a question about something. A Lieutenant Klon answer. A chief petty officer Klon answers. Your communication officer.
Okay.
Lieutenant, you need something?
I just want to know what we're heading into.
You see him look to his left, presumably out the window, and he grimaces a little bit. He says, "I'll reach you some images and footage." You get a heads up on your computer monitor.
All right.
It's video and images.
Am I just getting a montage from like OG Gundam? Watched a lot of balls get kicked into GMs and shit.
Oh, yeah. It looks like an absolute clusterfuck out there.
Yeah.
It's like all over our comms is just screaming. It's like, oh my god, what's help? And Faust is just like treating it like white noise that you go to sleep to. Completely just like, yep.
So basically, we're just getting fed into like it's a melee at this point. We're just pushing the reserves to try and push things forward. I'm
so far,
guessing.
from what you can see, though, is that the Federation's currently winning, though.
Okay.
It's a mess, but it's a mess that the Federation's coming out on top. Fighting itself has reached a A Baoa Qu.
Faust is looking out, seeing all the fucking Zaku 2s out there, all these outdated, mostly the Zaku 2, and Faust is just like, I
You
heard
see
the
a Goku Griseo?
Yeah, Faust is just, I heard the fuck, dialogue. Faust heard that Zeon focused more on experimental mobile suits while we focused on more mass-produced. That isn't doing them favors.
Rally says, "Be that as it may, our numbers pan out always. They're throwing everything in the kitchen sink at us."
Mm.
Matro, have you remember seeing footage of the Battle of Solomon and the Battle of Loom? Somehow, you didn't think it could get worse, but it somehow has.
This is gonna be
Got it.
just in on the deep end because this is like my second fight, and this is going to be the biggest. Jesus.
Yeah, try not to die in the ball.
Yeah.
Protect the ball.
Yeah, if you make it past here, you're gonna get a gym.
Excellent.
Dude, you could just find
A
a
real
gym
mobile
with a dead
suit.
pilot. Find some dead pilot. Drag his corpse out of his gym and pilot it.
I
The
don't know.
problem is
I
that
feel like my
he's
luck's
not-
already not going that well. I don't need that extra bad juju. Stick with the ball
Well,
for
it's
now.
about you've not been trained for a gym.
Yeah. It's like I would be not doing so hot in that. I'd be better off with a fucking saberfish than a gym at this point. And that is saying something.
Yep.
Just quick scope.
So Rally says, we've reached the staging ground. Time to sortie. You
Alright.
start, or the hangar or door is open. Matro, you get on the catapult. To your left, you see Rally get on his catapult. Both launch.
Go on, say the catchphrase. Say the launching thing.
They go through their pre-flights. The comms officer, or the flight control officer, throws you out of the catapult. Then Mags and Fost follow, tailed by, I was about to say Palucha, but no, it's Halava. You're in a group of roughly
Nuts.
80 mobile suits, goats, and balls. Boss,
There's
you
so-
notice that some of the gyms turn around to look specifically at you.
This is expected.
Normal behavior.
Faust expected this. She knows the Gundam is very popular. I'm
You
sure they'd be even more
start
stoked if they knew a lady
to-
was piloting it.
Yep. So, from the task group you've been assigned to, you see the air group commander, a full-on commander, who's his actual rank, say, "It's time to go in now." You start to file into the fortress.
Like a
You're not
convoy?
at the front end. Well, more like a column. Yeah, there's various openings, and you've been assigned to one.
Oh man.
Currently, Max is on point.
I cannot imagine a worse place to be than the inside of a fortress than a ball. It's like my one chance to survive, mobility. What's that one thing I'm going to lose? Mobility. Yay!
Just to get behind the Gundam.
That's exactly my plan.
Yeah,
Don't
you're
worry.
tailing everyone.
Dude, if somebody
You're there
shoots
to
at us,
blast
I just
anyone who
raise
gets
up.
too close.
Yeah, dude, if somebody shoots at us, Faust just unloads her entire arsenal.
Makes sense.
So, you're currently in a MS company. Not on point. You're in the center of the formation. The people in front of you start taking fire. They take two gems. Hems take critical damage and have to be filed out. No casualties though. Just the mobile suits combat ineffective. So the whole team starts filing themselves backwards. Now you're up. You're
Okay.
looking down a hallway. You have to push through it. There is no other way to go.
Peek. Peeky peek.
This
peek
is
the hallway.
Pre-fire.
Yes.
Pre-fire peek out the hallway.
Yes, Prep?
I just because I forgot about the whole rolling to succeed or failing to succeed or advance thing. I rolled those 2 checks while we were in the because I had two fails last session that I never rolled to see what the hell happened to them, and I failed both
Oh,
those.
remember, you can only pick one. You can
Only
only pick
one?
one.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I will go with the first one I rolled because that seems fair. I end up failing
Okay,
both, so it doesn't matter. But I just figured I should get that bookkeeping out of the way before I fuck something up.
So,
There are currently 4 Zaku's down the hallway.
all right.
Reveal your hands.
Okay.
Oh, just to remind you,
Wait till I'm done.
just to remind everyone, when I do this, I like having the background be black because I like turning it to clear when I put it in so I can tell who I've gotten. However, Macho, could you roll me a tiebreaker roll, which is a d6? Whoever gets highest wins. Actually, no, lowest. Always.
Oh.
Just to make this easy. Lowest
I
wins.
rolled a 1.
2.
Do I also roll a match breaker?
3 success, 3. Yes.
All right. Just a D6, lower wins.
Yeah.
I rolled a 1
You'll
as well.
probably beat Rally.
Yeah, I rolled a 1.
Metro. Just let me punch everyone in.
Ooby droppy, fa la 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 la.
Doo doo doo. Lost. Rally. C1. Z3.
I have a question.
Now it is time for actual combat. Yes.
Can I do the intimidation roll, or do I wait for my turn?
You can do it now if you'd like.
All right, I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna roll.
Okay then. So it's down a hallway. How do you make yourself known?
Like a horror movie, they see you know how the G reveals itself in Hathaway Slash. Basically, they just
Yes.
see a mobile suit arm stretch out and grab the corner of the hallway, slightly breaking the chunks of rock with its sheer gripping strength, and they just see the head of a Gundam and its torso peer out and just stare them dead in the eye.
Lost. While you're doing that, you hear Riley says, "Cover me. I'm gonna go to the other corner."
Okay.
He goes to cross the hallway. I can make a fire order.
Me?
You cheat for that. Yes.
What do you need me to do? A fire shot?
Yeah.
Okay, so I need to roll 11. And I roll good.
I'm gonna use a narrative point to give you a -1.
-1, and I got a 5, 9, 10, and I got a -1, so that would be an 11. So that's still one success. Just barely made it.
Okay then. You fire with your. You have an arm-mounted machine gun, correct? That's what you have. You do.
Yes. I have an MS machine gun on my arm.
While you're doing that, there's four Zaku's down the hallway. They start returning fire on you while you're suppressing them. You see a round hit at the chest of Mags's mobile suit through a gap between the arm and the shield. You hear a quick gasp, then nothing else. Mags's gym hits the wall on the other side.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
No cut cards. No
You
luck
hear
in
Rally say,
combat for
"Shit."
Mags.
That ain't, well, that's fucked. Right.
Now it's time for now you can do your intimidation check.
What would you like me to roll?
I'd like you to roll me intimidation and wrath +3.
Intimidation. Intimidation. Plus, ooh, I have to roll a 3d6.
2d6.
A 2d6, intimidation, wrath, plus 3.
Yeah, +3.
It fell on the floor. Let it roll its course. 5, 8, 3. Make it a 5, and I have a 1 in wrath, a 0 in intimidation. So that would be, yeah, that'd be 4 failures. They're like, man, we've already seen a Gundam. We've seen like 2 Gundams.
No, instead of being afraid, they're going to focus fire on you now because you're a priority target, and you freak them out.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'm still intimidated them. It didn't work the way I wanted it.
We appreciate your efforts.
Matro,
Get behind me,
You're-
ball. They're focused. Actually, no. Since they're
No,
focused
I was gonna
on
say
me,
I am not getting behind you right now.
Since they're focusing on me, you can sneak up on them with your ball and just like shoot them.
Yeah, actually,
you're first in initiative order.
so if it looks like they're about to unload on the Gundam, I'm thinking because we're coming around a corner of like a corridor, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to boost to the roof, invert myself, and then come around the corner and try and peg a shot into the Zaku's taking aim at the Gundam. And hopefully
Upside
they
down.
kind of don't see me because they're focusing on the kind of the ground level of that versus up top. Although that depends on
Okay,
how
then.
tall this corridor is, of course.
It's massive. This is like it's a hallway for mobile suits. Let's just
Oh.
put it that way. It's
Yeah.
big.
So if I can, I will go to the roof.
I'd like you to do a fire and move.
Fire and move. Okay. That would be a
Oh, just to remind you, you haven't played this in a while. Your reaction can be used to give yourself a +2. An air dip point can also be used to give yourself a +2 for this. You hit very hard.
and it kind of would be good
though.
to
So all you need,
Although with-
at this point, all you need to kill something is one hit. Atro.
Okay. Yeah, especially because with the cannon, it doesn't get better with extra successes, right? Because it's not a auto. So
Yeah, but your flat damage is very high.
yes, exactly. So that is just a standard fire shot. You said
With your big ball.
Fire and move.
fire and move. What does that one look like? Sorry, it's trying-
right under fire shot.
like fire snapshot.
Yeah.
Yeah, snapshot.
Okay.
I've changed. Some of these sheets are older.
Oh, okay. Nope, makes sense. So yeah, I'm 8. My threshold would be 11.
Since you're moving, do you want to maneuver also to the other door as well? Other side of the corridor?
I don't think I want to do that to get close to him because I have little tiny claws and they have heat hawks.
No, not that side of the corridor. I don't mean across the hallway. I mean so you're imagine this. So You're at a T intersection. Max is in front of you. You have to cross the hallway to get to him, and that will expose you. However, you know he's injured. So at some point, someone will have to cross the hallway.
You can get to him. Okay.
Open themselves up to fight.
Probably I will try and do that, because if I know that it looks narratively, I know that they're focusing down on the Gundam, this is probably the safest time to try and close to him. So yeah, I will try and do that and snap a shot. Kind of on the way.
Yeah. So have you made that order test?
I'm gonna roll it right now.
And against, let's just say against Z2, because Z2 is the first.
That is a atrocious roll. I rolled.
Would you like to reroll? Would you like to reroll?
How many?
Remember, if you get if you get 4 out of 6, if you get one more success than your opponent, whatever you're firing at, you will kill it.
You know what? I'll be greedy. I'll try.
Yeah, because you do 8 damage. They have 6 health.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I think I'll get greedy and try and pop them. That is significantly better.
Yep. So Z2 will attempt to.
That's 5 success.
5 success. Move check. 11. That is 11. You hit Z2.
Pop.
On open comms, you hear a gasp. And then an explosion.
Lol.
The head of the Zaku starts floating towards your side of the hallway. Please add a kill.
Done. Cameron, do we work on World War I or World War II ace kill counts? Is it 3 or 5?
What do you mean? Oh, it's always been 5.
Okay, good. Works for me.
The strange thing about Gundam, though, is that count ship kills, not just mobile suit kills.
We all have
mobile
a
weapon kill.
Yeah, so that puts me at 3 MS and 1 battleship.
Yeah.
A strange kill service record.
Oh, right. I need to put.
It's weirdly lopsided.
On ship. Right. Faust has a kill count of 15 because she was in Jabura. Habura.
Yep. Malava, it's your turn.
Alright. I'm just thinking of where everyone is right now. Halava is going to play it safe. He sees his 2 allies at the end of the hallway, or at the other end, correct?
Yeah, at the other end of your side of the hallway. And you see 4 Zaku 2s on the opposing hallway that you need to plow through.
Alright, he's just going to be like, oh, okay, if anyone else needs to get across, now's the time. And he's going to, sort of, if he can, this might be a bit awkward, to position his, sort of blindly shoot his bazooka into the, hallway where the Zakus are located without exposing himself too much.
So blind firing.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'd like you to make a shoot roll at a -3.
Okay. Let's just regular shoot. Three successes.
3 successes.
4 successes.
4 successes.
What are you doing?
Would this count as behind cover or regular?
You're currently behind cover. How many successes did you get?
Well, I'm saying that would... So, my ordnance is 14, but behind cover it's 12. So would that -3 apply to the regular or the
No. When you fire at something, that cover is firing at the target. Oh yes, the target is in cover though. You're correct.
Oh, I see. Then two
However, I'm
successes.
gonna 2 successes. So, Faust, you're currently peeking the corner.
Yeah.
Behind you, your computer tells you that Halib has moved right behind you. He fires off the bazooka. You can see his hand just hold it without actually looking. Down the hallway, you see the Zaku ooze go for cover, and it tags one in the leg.
Ooh.
Add a kill, Bill.
Ooh. Faust is gonna like motion a thumbs up with the Gundam hand, so Oliver knows he got one.
Oliver gives a thumbs up back.
Riley says, "Good kill, good kill." Zaku number 4 will return fire. Faust.
Oh. I'm in cover because I'm
That is
peeking the
a
corner.
that's a big fat fucking failure.
Completely whiffs it.
Yep. So you pretty effortlessly get back behind cover. It is now your turn.
All right. Hyper bazooka. We're gonna just launch it. Faust is gonna peek back into cover. The bullets whiz past her mobile suit, and she just turns the corner with the bazooka, just pure firing pose ready, and she's gonna take a shot at one of the Zakus.
I tried a beam rifle.
No, I have hyper bazooka equipped. That's what I had equipped last time, and considering we're at a fortress, well, I mean, if you want, I can switch it to a beam rifle because we haven't done anything with it yet.
I'm just this is very weird to me because as Tired can attest, they really do love my last campaign loved the beam weapons. They're so good.
I mean, I guess I could try it out. We could just pretend she's had the.
There's an animation error, and your weapon switched between shots.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, actually,
Roman
that was my favorite joke.
I Roman canceled my bazooka for the beam saber special. I mean the beam rifle special. Let's see, where's the weapons?
It's medium set 7 shots for ammo capacity, 5 pierce 4.
Yep, beam rifle 5 medium. Okay. Beam rifle.
Typed out like that.
5 pierce 4. And ranged medium, and the ammo is 7.
Yes.
All right, then I'm gonna fire at them with my beam rifle.
Are you gonna target Zaku number 4, who is gone already, or Zaku number 3, who is not gone?
Zaku number 3, since
Okay then.
see him. So yeah, no, if that moves out of cover, he does the thing where like she
Yep.
points the gun upward and then points it forward, very dramatically, very coolly.
Yep.
And
Yep. So you go around the corner.
Mhm.
Zaku's returning fire to you. It's plinking off your shield, doing no damage with its
Sure.
120 millimeter rounds. You take aim, and you
I fire. Do I roll cover or regular?
with cover.
All right, cover. So being so let's. Damn, I nearly got an awakening point. 8.
8 successes?
No, that was my result. I got 2 successes.
2 successes. So, you kill the fuck out of it.
Yeah, baby. Right through the cut. Right through the chest. Gotcha! Then he explodes.
Actually, I didn't check for that. Does not explode, which is good for you.
Cool.
It'd be very bad if it exploded in this enclosed space that is hard to flee from.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm for one glad for no secondary explosions.
I'm glad those bazooka
Rally
rounds
yells
hadn't blown anyone up
that
yet.
all of you charge. Yeah, it says they're off balance. And it's follow me, and he charges down on the hallway
Okay. Yeah, sure. Faust is gonna charge.
with a beam saber drawn. One moment, let me. That's 15. That's 12. 4 successes versus 10. Yep, so you're following right behind him. The round planks pretty much straight off of Rowley's shield. He closes the distance with the Zaku. And he, let's see what he does. He takes a wide slash at the Zaku, cutting it across the torso. And it starts listing away. The mono eye has gone dark.
Is that
Ugh,
3 or 4 of them down now?
that's all of them.
That's what I thought.
Rally yells back to Halava and Mache, says, "Go check on Mags."
All right.
I'll go check out because I should be close because I crossed the hall during that snafu.
Yes, you're currently close as.
How's his suit looking?
It looks pretty pristine.
Okay. And any response if I try contacting him on the radio, or is he
Nothing.
knowing? All right, I'm gonna fly up and I guess check the cockpit if I can.
A new type
Your
of
Like,
cockpit
top
opens. Cockpit opens.
All right.
Your pilot suit says that there is atmosphere in this part of the fortress.
Okay.
You jump out of your ball. Use your tether gun to get closer. You open up the cockpit, and inside you see Mags. Mags just he's sagged down.
Okay.
Can't see his face.
I'll go
You
to
see there's blood on his thigh. A lot of blood on his thigh.
a lot of
What
blood.
hit him?
Yeah, did it look like the round punched through, or is it spalling
you-
or?
You look at the screens, and it looks like there's a bunch of shrapnel went through it. Because from the outside, you could see that nothing penetrated the armor.
Okay.
So it had to be small.
All right. Do we have any kind of a med kit in our cockpits?
You have certain life. You have a first aid kit. Painkillers. There's search and rescue things like flashlights, emergency blankets, a couple days of rations, some water. That's all standard issue.
Okay. I
You also
don't.
not checked on him yet.
Okay, I will check on him and 'cause I'm hoping it's not going to require too much medicine because I'm not good at that shit.
Yep. So you put your shoulders on Mags and you try to move him. No response. You get a look at his face. His eyes are open, but there's no one there.
Oh shit.
He's dead?
He's very dead.
What killed him?
Spall. And some bad luck.
Bad.
Wait, what's a spall?
Spall?
Yeah, it's the
Yes,
shit
okay,
knocked
so-
loose. Sorry.
Yeah, so when you hit a piece of armor, if you don't penetrate it, there is a chance that when you deform it, metal flakes from the side that isn't being hit fly off and go hit something, and that's called spall.
Oh my god. Man
Modern
dead.
modern tanks have another piece of metal behind all of the armor specifically to catch spall.
Almost seems to have that. Ah! Oh my god. Well, hey, Nash,
So
free gym.
Matro, I'd like you to make a fatigue empathy check.
So, empathy and what was the other one? Sorry.
Fatigue.
It's fatigue empathy. Fatigue empathy on your cheat sheet. It's a 2d6.
It's an 8. I'm just looking for fatigue.
You want to fail this.
Oh, well, I've definitely failed. Pretty sure at least.
You feel a little numb. This is the first time one of your comrades have died, but you have more pressing matters. You can process it later.
On my suit or normal suit comms, can I reach the rest of the group?
Yeah, your radio has enough power to
Okay.
reach a mobile suit.
Oh, there's how's everything looking? Everything good down there?
I'll key in and say Mags is gone.
Unfortunate.
Feel I'm gonna get more.
Foss, you see Radley's mobile suit stop in the middle of a movement.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. I guess Fuss is gonna go on over, grab the mobile suit by the shoulder, and so then she's just gonna say, "We need to keep moving, Commander." Actually, what rank is Rally?
A lieutenant.
Yes. Okay. So we need to keep moving, Lieutenant. We can recover Magnus's body later. Then she's gonna, I guess, push ahead in front of him.
Around the corner, you see another four Zakus, all toting heat hawks, charging.
Oh boy! Oh my God! Suicide grunts. This is just like that one mission in Halo Reach. All right. What should I do?
Moment, I have to. I hate it when it does this. For some reason, Google Docs really likes changing the alignment without like any input.
Right.
Like I can set it to centered, and it will suddenly become right skewed. I really hate it. It's very annoying. Successes of rally. Lost.
All right, and Z3 ran away, so I guess he's with them now.
No, they're all dead. Killed them all. This is a new group.
All right, Rally blew him up. Damn, the ghost of Lou. What was the ghost of Ifish?
If
He's gone.
killed it dead.
They had such a fun dynamic of dumbass and smart person. This sucks. Oh well, it is what it is. That's war, baby.
Rally yells out, "Oh, oh, incoming charge! Charge, Macro, Holloway, you need to get there fast."
I will kick off from where I am in the cockpit and try and get back to my ball ASAP.
But you have a
Okay, I'll let you make an acrobatics and grit.
Well, let's see how I'm at that.
Are
Not
you a
as
space
shitty
nerd?
as you'd think. See if this works. Oh boy, nope. Rolled an
Are you
11.
a space noid?
No.
Okay, never mind.
That's threshold with like 7, so that's like 4 fails. I almost boxcard it.
Oh, that would have been so much worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you kick off and that's your turn. You're waiting to get to your mobile suit. Halava,
Yes.
what do?
Okay. He's still like sort of trying to comprehend the fact that Max is dead. And he's sort of blanking out. What's the where's Helva right now?
You're currently on the other end of the hallway. You need to go get to Faust and Raleigh, who are facing down
Gotcha.
4 mobile suits.
He's going to draw his beam saber and try and get to the both of them. Try and make it. I don't want to say flank because it's a hallway, but just try and support them so they themselves can't get flanked.
Move check.
All right. Essentially, just pile the body in. That will be 5 successes.
5 successes. So you boost up. You boost around the corner. You see a rally back up from a Heat Hawk slash. Ash, there were the Zakus are right on top of them. Now, what do you do?
He realizes that going for a bazooka shot at this range isn't good. He's also not great at melee, but honestly, that would be a better alternative than blowing everybody up. So he's going to just swipe his beam saber to try and at least discourage the Zakus from pushing forward.
Okay, then I'd like you to make a melee grit attack.
Oh, wait, I forgot. He doesn't actually have a beam saber, so he's just going to be kicking at them.
Yeah, catch these hands.
That's fun. Yes, melee, so... 1
Wait,
success.
do you want to use a narrative? Do you want to wait? I was gonna suggest. Do you want to use a narrative point to say you grabbed Max's beam saber?
You know what? Sure.
You can use it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. He doesn't really have anywhere to put it, but...
Max doesn't need it right now.
It's okay, guys. He's sleeping.
Parentheses dead. Yep. So you had 1 success.
1 success, yes.
Zaku 3 did not notice you, so I'm gonna give it a -3 modifier for the move check.
This asshole just comes
That is
rushing
very
in from
much
the
a
corner.
failure. Yep. So you blindside this Zaku. Would you like to use another narrative point to turn this into a kill?
Let's look at...
You do 5 damage base.
Yeah. I don't know if it's worth it, like, in case something happens. I don't want to use up all our narrative points, so, actually... would it still be mobile? Or Like, where am I hitting this Zaku?
You're just doing a body slash, basically, in its general direction.
No, I won't.
Okay, then. It stays in fight. You don't mission kill it. You cut off its right arm, which was holding the heat lock, and the upper part of its torso. But it's still operational. It begins to move back. Boss, it has not, however, moved back far enough to get out of sight. What do you want to do? You have 3 other Zakus basically right on top of you.
Okay, so
So you can either
there's
you can
Zaku's on top of me, right?
yeah. Zaku number 3 is, however, very damaged. You can attempt to attack multiple targets, but that will either be a negative modifier to one skill check or another skill check with a -2.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what Faust is gonna try to do. Faust is going to, how do I put it? So let's say a Zaku raises its Heat Hawk and goes to strike down at Faust, right? Faust is gonna
Yeah,
raise her shield to like catch its arms and then press the beam rifle against the cockpit area and try to shoot through that Zaku's and then try to hit the one that's trying to run away.
Okay, then. I would like you to make me a melee grit action first.
Melee grit action, which is good. I'm good at that.
This will be an opposed roll. You need more than 2 successes.
I got a 7. I got an 8, 5 successes.
Yep. So Zaku number 1 goes for the overhead hack. You step into its range. Its arm is up. You point the beam rifle at. I'd like you to make me a shoot order, MS fire, at a -3.
MS fire at a -3. I'm gonna use, considering I already won, I'm gonna use my reaction at a +2, so it'll be a -1.
Yes. This will be Zaku 1 and 2.
Zaku 1 and 2. I rolled a 9. I got 3 successes. Oh, I got a 9, so it'd be a 10 because of the -1. So I got 2 successes. Never mind. It's a
You
good thing I used
blast
my reaction.
right. You blast right through Zaku number 1. Then you start hitting number 2. How many successes did you say you had?
I got 2 successes. And I am technically piercing. Wink.
Yep. So you hear when you put the barrel right next to the cockpit, you make contact comms. You hear a gas before you pull the trigger. It goes right through Zaku number 1 and into the very damaged Zaku number 3. You may add 2 kills.
Ooh. I can't believe that works, but hell yeah. Yeah, 9 MS kills. Alright, cool. We're on
That's
that.
what,
We're on
3
that.
today?
Yeah, straight today. We're on that murder streak.
If you get if Rally doesn't finish off one and you use an error point to try to finish off the other 2, you will get a medal because that's an ace in a day.
Yeah. Should I chat? What do you think? my
If
fellow
Rally
players.
needs to miss.
Oh, right, Matt Raleigh needs. Okay, Raleigh, no offense, I'm preying on your downfall.
Yep. So he goes for Zaku number 2 to try to keep up the momentum. It's 2 successes versus a 11. Versus 1 success. So Zaku number 2 takes the slash but does not die.
Die. Okay. All right. So, narrative point, guys. What do you
15
think?
versus one moment. It's attacking
Oh,
back
sorry.
against Rally.
Sorry. Oops.
That is a lot of failures on Rally's part. Oh, also I forgot. Rally has 2 reactions. So that's 6, 8. Yep, so it's the Zaku starts hacking into Rally's shield.
This is intense.
Destroying it. Zaku 4 attempts the same thing.
1 second. I'm getting a call.
Try to. Oh.
Hi, sorry about that.
No worries. So, you see 2 Zakus hacking at Rally. Rally tries to keep up, but he can't. He's just like taking hit after hit. And he can't
Okay.
block enough. He's not dead yet. It's the start of the next turn.
Oh, it's the next turn.
Yep. Would you like to
Okay.
use that narrative point, Foth, to go
All right.
first?
What do you two think, Oliver, Nash?
Go for get your moment.
He killed them Zakus.
All right. Let me see. Is there a reason to be excited over this? Okay, cool.
Like potato chips. You never have just one.
Yeah, narrative point. Let's do it. I'm
Yeah, okay, then.
going. All right.
Zaku number 2 is way more damage than Zaku number 4.
All right. I'm going to go. The one that's attacking. I guess that's the one who's attacking Rally.
They're both attacking Rally.
Okay. So they're both attacking Rally. I'm gonna try and line up a side shot to get them both. Is that okay?
I'd like you to make a snapshot then.
Snapshot.
And a -2.
I'm gonna use my reaction.
So just make a snapshot. You need you need 3 successes.
I need 3 successes.
Yes, to kill both of them.
3 successes, and I have 4 narrative points, I think.
You have 1 narrative point.
Ooh. So I just gotta hope I get a 3.
Yeah, you gotta roll well.
And what's my snapshot? Still an 11. Let's see. Okay. I got my dice is all the way over there. 6, 7. I got a 5 success. That makes
5 successes.
somehow. I don't know how.
Yeah, so you go to the side, you go to the undamaged one, you blow right through its cockpit, you tag the other one, they both die.
Oh my god.
They do not explode.
Oh thank god.
Add 2
can't-
more kills.
I can't believe I pulled that off. Holy shit. I swear the way that my dice came out of my hand, I thought I was gonna go terrible with that roll, but somehow I pulled it off. Okay.
Yeah, you roll a critical failure, you shoot Rally.
And you rally and he dies. Oops. Alright, cool. Faust fucking blasts through them both and they both fall over. And cool.
Rally is about to say, "Hey, good job. We need to," and then all of you hear something on comms that you didn't think you'd ever hear. Ceasefire.
Yeah.
And it's just repeating. It's just on repeat. An armistice has been called. Ceasefire.
Alright, yeah, Faust stands down.
The war is over.
We did it, Patrick! We won! I sure hope this base isn't going to explode. Alright, I guess Faust is gonna turn to her team and she's just gonna be like, I believe now would be appropriate to recover Mags's body.
I'd like
Or,
all
well,
of you to
Faust
make
believes it will be
a-
appropriate.
a fatigue check. Using fatigue, grit. 2d6.
Grit 4.
You have 4? Ugh.
So, something tells me that that roll I managed to pull off right before is going to be paid back with major fatigue.
Which one's
No fucking way.
fatigue?
This is a joke. I rolled a.
Okay, then,
God,
since you succeeded, Faust, just take a single mind damage.
Oh, yeah, I got a success of 2, so take a single mind.
Rally failed, and he took 3 mind damage. You
How-
failed, Metro?
Failures.
Yes.
I think I've passed, but I'm just checking. It's fatigue, and what was?
Can you say that again? You cut out.
Against here. I don't know if I'm looking at.
It's
The
on
wrong
your cheat sheet. It's fatigue, parentheses, grit.
Fatigue, parentheses, grit.
It's a 2d6.
I rolled a 3. I'm just trying to find this. Oh, there it is. Sorry, I'm a dingus. So that would be like a 3 for a 7. So that'd be.
As a pass.
Yeah.
So when you succeed a fatigue check, you take 1 mind damage. When you fail it, you take d3.
Gotcha.
When you critically fail, you take d6.
Well,
We
I'm
will
glad
do
I
this.
passed that.
Yeah, we will do this pretty much after every single fight. Empathy has reversed results. So you want to fail the empathy version if I call for it.
Gotcha.
How much mind damage did Halava take?
Sorry, it's been so long. I'm thinking about how to calculate that.
It's a simple d3.
Yeah. 3 mind damage.
Oof. You're not below 0, are you?
Oh. Actually, actually am below 0.
Would you like to take the injury slot or a baggage?
Probably a baggage, yeah.
Because you don't. Because you have to wager. Are we going to start like 2 days from now, narratively, or is it going to be like a month?
That is true. Uh, I'll take a baggage and decide that after the session, I imagine.
Yeah, so just mark that down. So we'll discuss that. You all start to return to your ship with Ags and his mobile suit in tow. Who's carrying the body?
Yeah, I guess Faust will volunteer to carry it.
Yeah, you have Mags's corpse in your mobile suit.
In my mobile suit.
He looks in surprisingly pristine condition, all things considered.
Her eyes kind of wander over, just kind of staring into Mags's dead eyes. Still completely just deadpan before turning back.
Do you feel anything?
Her empathy is shit. So probably not.
Do you have any musings on the death of Mags?
Any musings? Well, if anything, despite their differences, Faust considered him, a good ally. So, if anything, she is a bit sad at his death. She's just not very good at showing it or expressing it or really internalizing it. But she can feel like a small little pinch of sadness, but there's no visible reaction on her. But at least he can rest now with the rest of his colony. Bit of a grim uh, thing to go out on, but you know,
The last day of the war?
yeah, to go. His fight started with the first day of the war when they dropped the colony, and it's gonna end, and it ended on the last day of the war. So it's fitting. And, yeah, that's about it.
You return to the Rio de Janeiro. You go into the hangar. The wrench monkeys start working your mobile suits, but you see them start to open up champagne bottles and throw around beverage pouches full of brown liquids. They're celebrating. They're loud. They're very loud. Faust, you're currently the hero of the hour because they heard you got an ace in the day.
Okay.
They're currently surrounding you. There must be at least 20 people around you.
Live Faust reaction in VC spam. She just kind of says to herself, she doesn't really care if anybody hears it. Is there any reason to be excited over this?
You see your flight captain, who's in charge of person basically in charge of the maintenance of the Gundam, says, "Yes, Lieutenant Faust, there is. Ace-ed days are very hard to get. They award out
Yeah.
medals just for getting them."
Faust sees no reason, but I suppose Faust will have no choice but to accept.
He slaps your shoulder, or just grin and bear with it.
Faust just kind of lets out a small sigh and nods. She's
How
gonna
does
look
everyone want to
look.
play?
Yeah, she's gonna go look at her teammates.
Yeah, what are they doing? There's a big party happening. If you want to drown your sorrows, now's the time. You see Lieutenant Rally sulk off
Probably at this point, I'd give Raleigh some space. So I suspect that he's going to be taking this harder than everyone else, considering
They're friends.
yeah, I worked together the longest. I think Matra is probably a little bit like shocked that it's all over. Basically, just as he got into it, so probably gonna go and try and find out what he can about this like ceasefire and like has a hard time believing it's all over and just wants to kind of get all the information he can to figure out what the hell is going to happen next.
Okay then. And one moment. Halava, how are you doing right now?
From the death of Max and the ceasefire, he's kind of just he took one of the drinks, but he's like not really looking into it because it's in a pouch, but just staring at it, and he's kind of just shell shocked by everything. He he just can't believe it's really over. And he's just busy like being swept up in the crowd of the crew celebrating.
Yeah, they're just asking you questions about how the battle went, and you're giving them the blow by blow. I'd like you to roll me charm and expression.
Oh, 2d6. I'll just use
Yes, 2d6.
the roll then. No, I'll do because I would want to know which one to add. Two successes.
2 successes. You're giving them pretty good description. It's not stilted in any way. They seem pretty entertained by how it went. Shame about Mags though. Matro. So you want to know more about the ceasefire? Who do you want to go talk to that about? You have the mechanics. You have Lieutenant Raleigh, or you can go try to talk to Captain Beffers.
I'll go with Beffers. I think Raleigh probably needs some time.
Where do you figure Beffers would be at this time? The bridge?
I would assume the bridge, but that doesn't necessarily that doesn't mean I'm right, but that's
Always.
what I'll check first.
Yep. So you go to the bridge. The hallways are tight with people. This the a Salamis fully crewed has about a crew of 500, and this is a bigger ship, but it's not much longer. So the crew compartment is you have more crew, but just about the same amount of space. So it's even more cramped than the Salamises you're used to. You keep bumping into people.
Gotcha.
You make your way to the bridge, and it's an absolute bee's nest of the communications officers, helmsmen, just rapid fire talking to all the other ships and the task force.
All right. Is there a way for me
Outside
to just
the window, outside the window, you see a Musai, and it's Zaku 2 escort, or it's just sitting there. For a moment, you feel a tinge of fear before it washes away.
Gotcha.
You see
Is there?
You see Captain Beffer in the command chair.
I'll attempt to approach the captain. Weaving my way through this beehive of activity.
Yep, it's a pretty. So you walk up to the captain. He looks to you, says, "Lieutenant."
Captain. So if I remember, I assume normally we would answer to Raleigh like after after a mission, like give him the that would all the like post-action reports would go through him because he is otherwise
He's in charge.
occupied. I might just like recap what happened to the captain here, let him know that we lost Mags all about it. Basically, I just want to ask like what's going on with this ceasefire? The war's over, just like that.
He puts his hand on his chin. Apparently so. From what I can gather, what happened was some sort of coup inside 3. But apparently all the zombies are dead.
About a year late.
And no one inside 3 wants it. Yeah, it would have saved us a lot of trouble.
What a waste.
All this for nothing. The peace arrangements will have to be made between the bigwigs, but I can't imagine Zeon can put up anything of a fight, so this is probably it.
What's our next move then?
Well, for now, count the dead, reorganize. Some Zeon units fled A Baoa Qu. From what our navigators can really gather, they're heading out to the asteroid belt. Some of them are heading to the shoal zone. Everyone who's still here, though, is looking to be processed.
So are we assisting with the processing, or are we going after the?
We haven't received new orders. We're
Renegade.
just regrouping.
Okay then. Yeah. So
You want to
basically,
call? Oh,
I'm just going with Nash is like not ready to try and deal with the end of this, so he's going to just throw himself into some sort of task at this point. If it's like
you do have administrative duties to do.
so, he'll go and go tackle that task now while everyone else is dealing with his
Yeah, so Riley
excitement.
writes the after action reports, but you handle all the upkeep of the mobile suits and making sure they're all right.
Okay, I'll work away on that, and if I have time, I might sketch together like my own copy of the after action report in case Riley is in no state to do that task. Oh God, it's a ghost.
It's Mags's ghost.
Ghost of Ifish, bish.
The ghost of Ifish.
Dead as hell.
Holy shit. Yeah.
It's a new
Yeah.
type ghost.
It's a new type ghost. Hey. Live Faust reaction to having Max's body in her cockpit.
Yeah, just to explain, you tried to turn a corner and you got hit once by a stray round, and the spall killed you. Shrapnel right through the thigh. Yep. So, Matro, you go to the hangar to do upkeep on the mobile suits. Halva, do you want to do anything?
He'd probably also try and help with the mobile suits, especially his own. Were they able to retrieve Mag's mobile suit?
Yes.
Okay.
They're gonna have to change out the core block at the very least, and the armor plates where it got hit, but it's gonna be a pretty easy fix, actually.
Be back
You have
in
plenty of spare
30
parts, though.
seconds here. Sorry.
Boss, do you want to do anything?
Am I still being swarmed by people being like, yeah, the ace of the day?
Victory.
Yeah.
Glorious
Yeah,
victory.
Faust is just kind of slinking. Actually, what did they do with the body in her cockpit?
Oh, they handed it off to the medics for proper burial because they need to make sure it gets. It needs to be put in the ground somewhere.
Right. Okay. Makes sense. Yeah, they can put it on. They can bury it in bury him in Australia. Why don't they? Bad joke.
Uh,
Anyway,
you
Faust
don't
is
know
gonna
what
go
you
slink
don't know what
off.
Mags's will. Yeah, you don't know what Mags's will is like. What is
Yeah. No.
Mags's will
Faust.
like? Does he have a quest where he's going to be buried?
There is no one left alive who cares about Mag.
There's one person alive who cares about that.
That's fair.
Yeah. Faust is gonna. Let's see. What should Faust do? Nash is already working on the mobile suits. Right. So I guess Faust is going to. What would be appropriate for her? Probably head back to her room. Well, first she's gonna go to the Gundam and she's gonna get all the data from the battle off its computer, and then she's gonna go link off to her room. People are like, "Ah, man, what a buzzkill! Can't even celebrate her own ace in a day." And she's going to enter a room, which is again just covered with equations and research papers and profiles, a lot of stuff. And she's just going to get back to work on her more scientific research uh
Okay, now
studies.
keen and engineering.
King and engineering. All right, that's my engineering. Where's my stats? My engineering is a 4. My keen is a 5. Can I use? Yeah, no. Patchwork only works during combat.
What?
I have a skill called Patchwork that gives me a +1, but that's only during combat. So 2d6 in here. And keen to get a 9.
Wait, did you just say 15?
No, I have a 4 and a 5, so I need to get a 9. And I got a 8. So 2 successes.
It looks like you didn't push the Gundam particularly hard this time around.
Okay.
But what you do know is that reviewing the footage, you could tell that your opponents were actually like wildly below standards.
Right. Yeah, no.
Like, you could put like third year or cadets who haven't been through flight school yet, and they'd beat them. Which does Foss make the connection of what she just did?
Yeah, no, Faust just like, I see.
Oh,
I must have really needed personnel. And she's just gonna give it a life Faust reaction. She's gonna keep noting on down her research. So even if the war wasn't over with a Baoa Qu, they'd still be. Zeon would have been like in a report. Really, would still have been woefully outmatched and would have at some point surrendered, even if they tried to keep fighting. But that little notebook Faust has, she's gonna open it up and actually write something about the ghost of Fish. She's gonna write
well, what
something
are you gonna
about
write?
Mags is just gonna write her general thoughts on Mags. He was a brash man who got into fights easily, wasn't exactly the smartest bulb in the room, but he was still a good comrade. It's a shame that he's dead, but it's appropriate that he went out on the last day of the war that changed his life, really. So, yeah, just a small little eulogy. Very vastly, like if somebody read this, they'd be like, this isn't the most flattering piece of things you could have wrote for him, but that's Faust.
But considering your
I feel
character,
like
that's like a massive outpouring of emotion comparatively.
Yeah.
I also think anyone who knows Mags would understand that that is exactly a perfect eulogy for.
He was brash, loved to get into fights, wasn't smart, but he was a good comrade. It's a shame to have lost him. It's going to affect her other squad members, but well, the war's over, so hopefully he'll be buried somewhere he would likes, and they'll all continue on with their lives. And she's gonna close her notebook and put it to the side.
Seems like a good spot to stop the episode. So, if someone failed an order test earlier today and they have a skill mark on their skill sheet, they may attempt to improve it.
Can I improve
It is
my
a D6
ghost
roll.
skill? Since I failed at
No, you
living,
are
can I
dead.
improve that stat? What? It's okay. I'll be the new type ghost now in everyone's cockpit. Like, hey, fucking kill that guy!
Shoot him! Kill
Got a missile coming up, motherfucker! Die!
Some
Blood,
Mags is just the
blood,
devil on
blood,
everyone's
blood.
shoulder.
Kill him! Kill him! Kill him! All right,
Don't listen
yeah.
to the intrusive thoughts.
I'm gonna roll to improve empathy, considering how the episode ended.
Okay, it's a D6 against your current skill. You want to improve your skill. You need to fail the check.
I need to fail the check to improve it.
Yes.
And I have
So
a
if you,
0
let's
in
say you have a
empathy.
1. Oh, so you automatically succeed.
I got
Succeed
a
at
2.
improving the
baby.
skill.
We did it. You got a 1.
You
Got a
felt
1 in empathy.
something.
She felt something. It's weird. Just gonna note that down.
Crap.
I failed acrobatics, and considering I have a 0 in it, the 4 I rolled means I failed it again.
So you would now have a 1 in acrobatics.
Yeah, which is still terrible, but something to work at.
It's better.
Yeah.
If you keep at it and you keep failing acrobatics, you'll eventually get good at it. That's how this works. So, Haliva, what are you going to attempt to improve?
Probably empathy. So just gonna did not improve empathy.
What do you have in empathy to begin with?
3, I believe. Rolled a 1.
That was a 50-50, so that's episode. How does everyone feel being back?
We're so back, baby. It's time to commit war crimes.
Yep. So, next episode, I'm just gonna give you a little heads up. It's currently a December 31st. Next episode will be March 4th.
Oh, so just 3 months later.
Yeah. And your current task will be hunting Zeon remnants. So just think about that. How those 3 months are going to affect your character.
Not much.
I will need to talk to Tired later about which baggage to choose. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, any feedback from me? Because I do feel slightly rusty since it's been like 2 months since I've run a session.
It was fun. It was fun. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good. It's funny. I have a hard time finding things on this sheet, but I do love how this is put together. It's just me getting thrown off by a couple bits of the terminology, and then me looking in the entirely wrong section over and over because I'm a bit of a dunderhead. But it was good. Nothing like murdering more incompetent Zeeks right at the very end.
Nothing like murdering prepubescents.
Yeah, I was
Feels
gonna
good.
say. I noticed a very we never actually
Okay,
because
batch.